Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
Two shot and injured in Castleton garden gun attack. Two men are now nursing gunshot wounds after they were shot and injured in the Castleton area of St. Mary on Saturday. Reporters understand that men traveling in a white Nissan Silver motor car opened fire at a 19-year-old barber who was riding his motorbike in the community. The incident reportedly happened near the School Hill, Schooling Valley of Castleton. It is believed that the men alighted from the car and opened fire at Gray. He reportedly received gunshot wounds to his hands. The gunmen then drove off and went further in the community, where they opened fire on a 30-year-old man. Reports are that the prince was sitting on the side of the road when he was attacked. He received gunshot wounds to his back. He was taken to hospital, where he is said to be in serious but stable condition. Upon processing the scene, lawmen reportedly located 49mm spent casing. A motive for the shooting has not yet been established. Investigations continue. St. Andrew man caught with stolen vehicle in Kingston charge. A man has been charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and ammunition, as well as 2 counts of shooting with intent, following an incident on Mary Road, Queen Hill in St. Andrew on April 12. Charged is 21-year-old Alwyn Murray of Stock Farm in Stone Hill, St. Andrew. Reports from the Duane Park Police are that about 5:20 a.m., a team went to a premises in the area, and upon their arrival, they saw a motor vehicle parked along the roadway. Checks were done, and they discovered that the vehicle was stolen. Whilst awaiting the tow truck to remove the vehicle, a car drove up with men aboard who opened fire at the police. The police pursued the men, and the vehicle crashed into an embankment along the mentioned main road. Moore was taken from the car and into custody. He was charged after a question and answer session. Butcher held for alleged murder of his 72-year-old wife now charged. Retired butcher, 79-year-old Cecil McDonald, has been charged with the murder of his wife, Yvette, on April 15 in St. Catherine. The retired nurse was allegedly chopped to death in their home at Azard Lane, Bagwalk in St. Catherine. The police allege that Cecil attacked his wife with a machete inside a bathroom about 2 a.m. He was held on the scene following the incident. McDonald was charged on Saturday. His court date is being finalized. Kingston man accused of killing 17-year-old daughter charged. The father who allegedly stabbed his 17-year-old daughter, Sadiqui Calvert, to death in Kingston on February 4 has been charged with murder. He is 39-year-old Terence Calvert, a factory worker of Barry Street in Kingston. The Elliston Road police say about 1:10 a.m., a dispute developed between the father and daughter when a knife was used to inflict a wound to Sequin's chest. She was taken to hospital where she died while receiving treatment. Calvert was arrested at hospital where he was taken after he was found unconscious with his throat and both wrists slashed on April 4. He was treated while under police guard and charged after a question and answer session. 5 males killed in road crashes last week, RSU. 5 males perished, including 2 pedestrians and 3 motorcyclists, in motor vehicle accidents during the week ending April 21, according to the latest statistics released on Friday by the Road Safety Unit, RSU. The latest victims have pushed the number of people killed in traffic crashes this year to 128 from a total of 116 fatal crashes. The RSU said fatal crashes have decreased by 7%, while fatalities have decreased by 9% when compared with the similar period in 2022. Based on the unit's projection, fatalities for the first quarter of the year should decrease by 3% when compared to the previous year. Meanwhile, the RSU is reporting that so far, pedestrians account for 25% of road users killed as of April 21, 2023. It is also reporting the following. Motorcyclists account for 30% of road users killed as of April 21. Drivers of private motor vehicles account for 13% of road users killed as of April 21. Passengers of private motor vehicles account for 6% of road users killed so far this year. Vulnerable road users, pedestrians, pedal cyclists, motorcyclists, and pillion riders account for 66% of road users killed as of April 21, 2023. Overall, passengers account for 23% of road users' fatality. And the RSU said males and females account for 92%, 8% respectively, of the road fatalities as of April 21, 2023. Businessman's $130 million cocaine trial delayed. Rohan Cummins, the St. James businessman who was arrested and charged in March last year after reportedly being held with US $850,000 worth of cocaine inside the bus he was driving, will have to wait until April 28 for the resumption of his trial due to the judge's unavailability. Cummins, 55, of Berkshire, Westmoreland and Cambridge, St. James, was given the date when he appeared in the St. James Parish Court last Friday. He had pleaded not guilty to possession of, dealing in, trafficking and conspiracy to the traffic 37.5 pounds of cocaine. During the brief hearing, presiding parish judge Sasha Marie Smith Ashley told the court that the judge in charge of the case was unavoidably absent. As a result, the new date was set for the part-heard case to be continued. The Cummins bail was extended. The allegations are that at 2:45 p.m. on March 7 last year, Cummins was driving a Toyota Hiace bus on the Long Hill Main Road in St. James when he was stopped by a police team. The bus was searched, and the police said they found cocaine in the left-hand and right-hand parcel of the vehicle. When he was questioned about his knowledge of the items, Cummins reportedly said, "I don't know, boss. It's the first I'm seeing it." He was asked if he had put them in the panel, and he said no. Cummins also informed the cops that the bus belonged to a friend who operated a hardware store, and according to him, he had borrowed the bus in order to visit his granddaughter. He was subsequently arrested and charged with breaches of the Dangerous Drug Act. In February this year, Cummins' trial was delayed after a clerk informed the court that she was unable to proceed because she was unable to make disclosure of some materials that the prosecution had received. She had also stated that she was handling the matter for the first time and would need guidance on how to proceed. Frustrated residents construct makeshift bridge at Woodsville. As the authorities continue to bicker over who is to replace the 100-year-old Woodsville Bridge in Hanover, which recently collapsed, residents of Woodsville, Hillbrooks, and Flower Hill, who have been left without easy access to their communities, have created a makeshift bridge of their own. The residents were irritated last Wednesday when two National Works Agency NAA personnel, alongside their political representatives, showed up with heavy-duty equipment to do soil testing near the collapsed bridge. What are they going to do now that they could not have done before, asked one resident, as other residents gave the NAA personnel a tongue lashing, arguing that they should have responded to their plight from the first sign that the bridge was falling apart. Sasha Gay Fraser, the president of Woodsville Community Development Committee, CDC, told reporters that residents are disgusted by the situation, saying that they were treated with total disrespect when they brought their concerns about the crumbling bridge to public attention but were ignored. As a community, what we want are some answers and transparency, and for persons to keep us in the know-how or abreast of what is going on, said Fraser. The community has been going through so many hardships in different forms, social, educational, economic, and health-wise. According to Fraser, the alternate route suggested by the NAA is not convenient to the residents, 80% of whom are subsistence farmers. She said that the road is only suited for people who drive sport utility vehicles. They, the authorities, know that the bridge was about to collapse 4 years ago, but nothing was put in place, and based on my assessment of the situation, everyone is clueless as to what is happening. We as a community want some answers, said Fraser, who thinks the late arrival by the state agency and public officials is nothing but a public-related stunt. As we're hearing now is that there is a process to follow, but all we're asking is to be shown the roadmap towards minimizing our difficulties, said Fraser. After 1 year of alternate route in and out of the community, the NAA has not done anything to address the problem. Fraser is suggesting that as a temporary measure, the operation of the Mayfield Falls, which is located in the area, the Tourism Enhanced Fund, the Member of Parliament, and the Jamaica Social Investment Fund come together and fund the erection of an emergency bridge. When contacted, Dave Brown, the Member of Parliament for Hanover Eastern, told reporters that he was making representation to see how quickly the bridge situation can be addressed. It is a process. The NAA went and did the soil testing in the Woodsville area because they will determine the type of bridge where the bridge is laid. I do not know how long that will take, hopefully shortly, said Brown, who said he is aware that a design of the replacement bridge is being done by the NAA. When I am next in Kingston, I will follow up on the matter, said Brown, who further pointed out that an estimate has been done for the refurbishing of the 8.7 kilometers alternative route to and from Woodsville, the alternate route suggested by the NWA.
Please remember to subscribe, like,